Yeah, it was a good game. Look, I suppose both teams were through. They were just deciding for home advantage. But look, it was a great test a week out from a semi-final. But we're just going to have to, refocus now for a semi-final next week. But look, I'm fairly happy with the performance this evening. There's areas we need to improve on, but there was areas that were quite good as well. We were a little bit disappointed with how we performed against Clare in the first round. And like we know as a group, we had to improve, and that's what we set out to do tonight. And I'm happy enough with that.
Slow opening quarter, but an 8-minute period where you reeled off 7 points in a row, and I suppose the 6-point lead at half time was a good advantage to go into the dressing room with.
Yeah, look, it had both teams, it was kind of tit for tat in the first maybe 10 minutes, as you said. Cork were up a couple of points and we came back to level, and then they went up another couple of points, but we played very, very well in the mid part of the first half. We got some good scores, got a little bit of momentum. I thought we actually led a couple of chances pass us by just leading up to half time, and Cork got it back to 3 or 4, but then we just got a couple of points in injury time to stretch it again. So look, we were happy enough to be up 6 points at half time, but look, we'd nothing done at that stage. We had to work very, very hard in the second half, particularly after Cork got a good goal to come back into the game. And
the goal you did score came at a crucial juncture. Cork reeled it down from 7 down to 4. It was a crucial goal at that time to get.
Yeah, it was a great boost to get a goal at that time. A great run by Eddie, and in fairness to Donncha, it was brilliant that he followed it in, expecting the unexpected, like when it hit the post and the Cork keeper get a touch to it, and just to be able to finish it off after that. But definitely, Cork got it back to 3 points again. We had to get a good score to make it 4 again after that. So look, not very much between the two sides, and we just about got over the line this evening.
A lot of commentary, Jim, in recent days with the under-20 rule. Obviously, you're missing Cahill because the 15 minutes he played for Cork. What's your take on it?
Look, I think it's difficult. I suppose, look, you come in and you're asked to get involved with the under-20s, and you know the rule is in place, so you know that situation can happen. I suppose I'm yet to really understand the logic behind the rule. As you said, like Cahill played 15 minutes on Sunday, and look, our aspiration is that all the lads that are involved in Limerick U20s have an opportunity to go on and play with the senior team. That's the pinnacle. So it's brilliant to see Cahill up there, brilliant to see other panel members up there. But I think John Kiley made a good point. We can manage the workload of players. Now with the split season as well, like there is more of an opportunity for the 20s and the seniors to be on during that period of time. So like Cahill could have played tonight. Could he be involved in a senior game again on Saturday? I think he could. Equally, tonight it didn't really matter who won the game. So like John could have said to me, look, Cahill isn't available for this game, but he will be available for next week. I also think, we often make rules in the GA, and maybe with the best of intentions, but I don't know, do we take the players that are involved in the rules views into consideration? Like Cahill just wants to play, I'm sure, with his peers and with his friends and enjoy playing at that stage, and there has to be a bit of enjoyment around it. But look, that's the rule. Cork are down Kieran Joyce, I suppose, because he's played with the seniors. Cormac Daly wasn't able to play with Waterford. So look, I think it's unfortunate. I hope it's revisited, and I hope people listen to some of the players that are involved and get their views around it.
Just one final point, to touch on what you said, it is tough on the players themselves, Kieran, Cahill, Gavin Lee, Galway, Cork, that they now have to they're reduced to a spectator when they're watching these lads who they've played from probably under 14 up with them. They can't line out them, they're reduced to a spectator effectively, and watching these boys where they'd love to be out with them.
I think it's rare that you have a competition where the pool of players that you would pick from actually decreases as the competition goes along because of them being involved in another game. I can't think of too many more. Look, I know maybe in rugby you have maybe provincial teams that play matches because the lads are away playing international duty, but I just think it's a little bit strange. Then you had 2 groups of 3 this year in terms of round robin. Like maybe if it was a knockout championship, would you have to have that rule in place? I just think there may be a better way, but equally, look, there might be some very, very unbelievably sensible reason why it's happening, but I just haven't heard that reason yet.
Needs to be looked at?
I think it should be looked at. I think players only get a certain amount of opportunities to represent their county, and I think I just echo what John and some of the other managers I think have said at senior level. Like, we don't have days anymore where senior managers aren't working well with under 20 managers, and I think the way teams are trained currently now, it's all about making sure that they have rest, making sure that there's no excessive training that's taking place. So I think with cooperation, I think it could be happen. I'm very interested to see are the GPA involved in any of this at all in terms of this. They don't seem to have come out and given a view on it. And like, these are the nitty gritty issues that you'd imagine an organisation that's looking at player welfare. Like, another thing about player welfare in this situation is, like, I think last year you would have had Clare were playing Wexford on a Saturday. Mark Rogers was involved. The Clare management didn't know whether he was going to be eligible on the Monday. The player didn't know until after that game was over. So I think players actually are stuck in this kind of limbo land the week leading up to games. Will they be involved with the 20s? Will they not be involved in the 20s? So I think there's a lot of issues that could be resolved.
And the final home semi-final next week against Waterford.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really tough game now. Waterford had a good win tonight. They weren't far off beating Tipperary as well, and they've given us an awful lot of difficulty over the last number of years. So I think the 4 teams that are left, there's not going to be much between any of the teams. So hopefully we'll need